So if you're seeing this video, this means that the Nintendo Direct announcement just dropped. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now I'm recording this before the announcement for the Direct comes out because it's pretty much looking like it's going to happen really soon. Now I thought we could go and take a look at the games that are on the calendar for the Switch for the remainder of the year and a little bit into 2024. And there are some games that have no release dates, we'll look at those as well, and then some things that haven't been announced that maybe we might finally see at this Direct. So just going through the calendar, we'll start at what's the latest. We have Super Bomberman R2 coming out September 12th. Now again, since I'm recording this early, the Direct may be after that, but if it's on the same day, we may see a little bit about this game here at the Direct. And then on September 13th, we have the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Teal Mask DLC coming out, and I have a feeling Nintendo will definitely push Pokemon. And then on the 14th, we have Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. And again, this could be something that's already out, depending on the date announced for the Direct. And then next on September 19th, we have Mortal Kombat 1, and it has early access on September 15th. And this doesn't seem like the type of game we'll see in a Nintendo Direct, but it could be there, maybe as part of a sizzle reel. And I'm sure there'll be some other games here that may be in the sizzle reel, but won't get their own feature in the Direct. But then next on September 18th, we have Gloomhaven, and this is the turn-based strategy role-playing game, and is developed by Flaming Fowl Studios. And this looks like the kind of game we would probably see in a Direct. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something announced here for that. And then next we have Ren the Last Child, and this is coming out September 21st. And this is a dark fairy tale Metroidvania that has its own magic system. Now this was not in the last Direct back in June, so we may see this one here. And then we have Miniko's Night Market on September 26th, and this is a social simulation adventure. This doesn't seem like a Nintendo Direct game, but I could be wrong. And then next on September 28th, we have Disney Speedstorm. Now this has been in pay for early access since April 18th. So I'm thinking this may just be a tweet out instead of a preview and a full Direct, so I'm thinking this may not be there. And then on September 29th, we have Cocoon, and this is a puzzle adventure game, and it was not in the last Direct, so we may see something about that here. And then we have Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtuous, and this is coming out on October 3rd. And since this Direct is sort of gearing up for Tokyo Game Show, this seems the type of game that would really get shown off to drive some hype there. And then we have Front Mission 2 Remake on October 5th, and this is the classical tactical RPG, and there was just a release date trailer for this, so since it's already had that trailer, I'm thinking this may not be in the Direct. And then we have on October 6th, Detective Pikachu Returns. Now IGN, GameSpot, and other outlets have been doing hands-on previews for this game. But since this is a big Nintendo title, it seems like this will probably be in that Direct and get another look at. And then next on October 12th, we have River City Rival Showdown. And this seems like a game that'll probably just get a tweet and maybe not be featured in this Direct. And then we have Batman Arkham Trilogy on October 13th. Now, the release date for this was announced about 3 weeks ago with pre-orders going up. And it got a pretty big feature in the last Direct, so I'm thinking this one probably won't be there unless it's, like I said, just part of the sizzle reel. And then next we have Skull Island Rise of Kong on October 17th. Now this got an announced date trailer about a week ago, so I'm thinking it probably won't get a feature here in the Direct. And then we have Sonic Superstars on October 17th. I have a feeling at Sonic we'll probably see a bit more of this game here. And then we have Endless Dungeon on October 19th, and this has been in beta, so I'm thinking we may get one final look at this one here. And of course the big one, Super Mario Bros. Wonder on October 20th, and even though we had basically a dedicated presentation for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm sure Nintendo's going to show it one more time here in the Direct. And then next we have Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 on October 24th. Now this game seems like they've shown us a lot about it already, and it was featured in the last Direct, so I don't think we'll have any more of that here. And also that same day we have Just Dance 2024, we've already seen a bunch of that, so I'll be surprised if it's here, again, aside from a sizzle reel. And then next in November we have RoboCop Rogue City on November 2nd. Now I believe this just recently got a short delay, so we may see one more look at this one. And then also on November 2nd, we have Star Ocean, the Second Story R. Now again, we're leading up into Tokyo Game Show, so this seems like a game that would get featured before that, even though we've seen this already. And then on November 3rd, we have WarioWare Move It, and I have a feeling we'll see a bit more of that game. And then on November 14th, we have Hogwarts Legacy finally coming to the Switch. Now, unless this game is getting delayed again, I have a feeling it'll get a pretty big feature here in the Direct because it's been such a success on all the other consoles. And then we have Flashback 2 on November 16th. I'm not sure if that'll be featured in the Direct or not. And then Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections on November 17th. Now, I believe this was in the last Direct, or at least maybe Nintendo's had it up on their channel. So I'm not sure if we'll see this in the Direct unless there's some new information they want us to see. And then we have two games on November 17th. First we have Persona 5 Tactica, and I have a feeling we'll see a bit of that here in the Direct. And then Super Mario RPG. I have a feeling that's going to be heavily focused in this Direct. Again, since they're gearing up for Tokyo Game Show, this fits in with the Japanese market. Then we have Biomutant on November 23rd. Now this game's been out on other systems for a while, but it might get a feature here for the Switch because I don't think they've really shown any of the Switch footage for this game. But let me know in the comments if I'm incorrect on that. And then we have Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince on December 1st. And this again seems to fit in that Tokyo Game Show type game, so I have a feeling we'll see more of that. And then finally, of the dated stuff we have SteamWorld Build December 1st. Now, this one I'm not really sure if we'll see much of it in the Direct. I think it's been shown a lot already. But now let's move on to games that don't have a release date yet, and these seem to be the ones I'm thinking that'll be more likely shown here if a date is ready to be announced. And first we have Palia, which is a sim MMO, and it's still in alpha testing on PC, but it is listed for holiday 2023. So it seems like they're probably ready to announce a date or a delay here. And then we have Star Wars Hunters. This is the arena shooter that was supposed to release later in the 2024 fiscal year according to an earnings call. So we may not see it if it's slipping out past Christmas, but if it gets in before then we may see it featured here. Now, if the studio's not confident on a release date, then I don't think we're going to see anything at all, since this game has been delayed several times. I believe it was announced for the Switch back in 2021. And then we have Deca Police. This is developer level 5. And they've already said that this is pretty much going to be a headliner for their Tokyo Game Show with a playable demo on the floor. So I'm thinking we're going to see more of this game in the Direct. And it's highly likely we'll see a release date since it is slated for 2023. And then a bit of an odd game, Luriel and the Laser Eyes. And this is supposed to be released in 2023. But I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed. We really haven't seen much about it since its original announcement. And then next we have Metal Slug Tactics, and this was already delayed out of 2022 into 2023, so I'm guessing we'll see a release date trailer here at this Direct. And then next we have Quilts and Cats of Calico. Now this was added for the Switch after the initial announcement for other systems, and it is slated to release this fall, so if there's no delay, I'm thinking we'll see this in the Direct with a release date. And then we have Rift of the Necrodancer, and this was shown at PAX West, so I'm pretty sure we'll get a release date for this one. And then next we have Blazing Strike. Now this is a 2D fighting game that looked pretty good, but it's had multiple delays. Even the website still lists it as coming fall 2022, so I don't have much hope that this is going to get a release date yet. It seems to be kind of stuck in development. And of course, don't forget, we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pack 6, and I have a feeling we'll see at least one course here, if not all of them. And then we've got that new Peach game that's supposed to come out in 2024. I have a feeling we'll see some more of that. And we've also got that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon remake of the 3DS game. I have a feeling we'll see more of that here, even though it's not supposed to be out until next year. And then the one game I'm sure you're all wondering about, no, I don't think Hollow Knight Silksong will be at this Direct. The developer back in the summer pretty much announced that it's delayed, and it sounds like it's going to be for a while. So I don't think they're going to show anything about that game until they are ready to announce a release date. Now, some things that have not been announced that we're still kind of waiting on. One is the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, possibly twin pack. I'm thinking this may be pushed back to next year, even though we've got Tears of the Kingdom that came out earlier this year, and we're not getting any DLC for it, at least according to recent interviews. So I wouldn't hold your breath for this twin pack. And then we also have Metroid Prime 2 and 3. And I'm thinking we won't see these games until Nintendo's ready to show us something about Metroid Prime 4. And I wouldn't be surprised when that happens if they just shadow drop them like they did Metroid Prime 1. So I guess the question is, do I think Metroid Prime 4 will be at this Direct? I'm thinking it won't. It's looking more and more like this game is going to be a cross-gen title at this point. So I don't think we're going to see anything about this game until we see something about Nintendo's next hardware. And when it comes to just other things in general, one thing that may come up is more games added to Nintendo Switch Online. I have a feeling we'll see a few games added here, and I wonder if we may end up eventually seeing another system added into the service. I could see maybe TurboGrafx or the PC Engine added. We already had several of those games released on the Virtual Console back in the day, so it wouldn't take much to sort of add a little bundle of TurboGrafx games in here. Although if something like that's done, I'm wondering if we wouldn't see a price increase for Nintendo Switch Online. And even if we don't see more systems added in, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a price increase for NSO. Both PlayStation and Xbox have increased their prices for their subscription services. And we're approaching the 5-year anniversary of NSO. It launched on September 18th in 2018. So the Direct happening this week before that anniversary, when everybody's subscription will auto-renew. This would be the perfect time to go ahead and slip in a bit of a price increase. Now when it comes to amiibos, we still need release dates for that Ganon and Zelda amiibos for Tears of the Kingdom, so we could see those dates as well as maybe some new amiibos. There has been an increase in amiibo restocks in Europe, which has led to speculation that maybe a game could be announced that could use multiple amiibos. Some people even speculated about some new DLC for Smash, but to me that seems a bit of a stretch. I think if they're going to do anything with Smash, it'll probably be a new game for the next hardware. And speaking of the next hardware, I don't think we're going to see anything about Switch 2 here. Obviously, I think Nintendo wants to get through the Christmas season before they talk about new hardware. And in fact, since we got those new themed Switches, the Red Mario Switch, and then the two from Animal Crossing, I don't think we'll see any new themed regular or OLED Switches announced at this Direct. Which to me seems kind of odd that they announced those just last week, with the Direct happening this week, but maybe they wanted to go ahead and get those pre-orders in. And now we'll move into the part that I'll call the spoilers area. So some of this is coming from reliable leakers, so if you don't want to know potential spoilers for the Direct and not just my guesses, you probably want to stop the video here because this is your last spoiler warning. Just don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. But let's take a look at some tweets here from Pyro, who's been accurate pretty much on all of the predictions in the past. So we have this first tweet here that says, let's just say fans of a certain MATLAB function will be happy with the upcoming Direct. Now most people speculate that this is going to be related to something F-Zero. We could just see F-Zero dropped into NSO, or maybe perhaps we could get that remaster of F-Zero GX from the GameCube. Both of these things have been rumored for a while, so we'll see if this may come to fruition here. And then next, he tweeted out just this animation of Donkey Kong running from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And of course, there's been a long rumor for a 2D Donkey Kong game that's been, I guess, held back for a while. That could be a really big title going into the Christmas season. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that get announced here with a release date before the end of, say, November. And then the next leak he put out was remakes of a DS game and a Wii game. And someone tweeted and asked if the DS and Wii games are related, and he said yes. So lots of speculations here as to what this might be. I know I've got a personal favorite. I would love to see Castlevania Order of Ecclesia from the 3DS and Castlevania Judgment from the Wii. Now, both of these games gave you bonus content when you connected the two, and both have pretty good review scores. And we've also been seeing Konami revive some of these older Castlevania games, so I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe these two show up. At least that's my guess here. And then the final spoiler that I've seen before this direct went up is over here at VGC. Gotham Knights has been rated by ESRB for Nintendo Switch. Now, this game didn't get the best reception when it released, so they may be trying to milk a bit more out of it, but it seems odd to me that they would get a release for this game on the Switch when it didn't come for the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. So this has led a lot of people to speculate, would this end up being maybe a cloud version of the game? I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility. But who knows, maybe they get the game optimized enough to run on the Switch. Which, if they're able to do that, I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least maybe a digital version come to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What games do you think we'll see at this Direct? And are there perhaps some surprise announcements you would like to see? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching and be good.